Well, people are still recovering from Hurricane Helene, from Florida to North Carolina, as the death toll tops 200.
Resources and manpower are being pulled from everywhere. Our state sending Ohio Task Force 1 to help in those efforts.
Everywhere at 5, Colton Molesky spoke with the ones putting boots on the ground.
That task force is pulling first responders from all over the state, including from right here in Greene, Ohio.
When we drive by, you can actually kind of see the water line of where the water was, and most of those water lines where we're driving, it's a good 10 feet above us.
Hurricane Helene has ravaged North Carolina. It's where the majority of the deaths from the storm have occurred. These pictures, shared by Ohio Task Force 1, show the power of the storm.
There's a stream that runs underneath his driveway, and that washed out. So all his personal vehicles and everything are on the side of his house. So he's unable to get any of his vehicles from his home.
Rescue team manager Josh Compton is one of 82 members of the team. The task force, first sent to Florida, after a few days was reassigned to Haywood and Jackson counties in North Carolina.
Quite a bit of devastation in this area also. Floods definitely came through. The last 2 days, we've been doing a lot of targeted searches, which means we're, getting a specific address and going to a specific home to check on someone.
Compton, typically a battalion chief with the Greene Fire Department, says some of the challenges include communication because of a sparse signal and keeping things clean of contaminated mud and water.
Where our hazmat team has things set up to scrub our boots, scrub our trucks, and not bring that stuff into where we're sleeping.
However, Compton did note, despite everything, how the spirits of the communities they are going to help seem unbroken.
Most of these people have lost a lot of stuff, if not everything, and they still have a good attitude about it, that they're still here, and that's what matters. And like I said, they all just pull together. Task Force 1 only deploys for about 2 weeks at a time, so they should be back in a matter of days. But if there's one more stop before returning, that remains to be seen. In Greene, Colton Molesky, 19 News.
Well, if you want to help the hurricane victims, just scan the QR code to make your donation. Our parent company, Gray Television, is partnering with the Salvation Army to help out.